Okay, so we'll pick up on some chords like E major, D major, and C major. And then we're going to change the E major to a minor so we can play a song, which is E minor, D, and C. But here we go. Let's learn E. Okay, so that means it's the open low E string. You play the middle finger on the A string second fret. Put the third finger, ring finger, underneath that on the same fret, second fret of the D string now. So those are the bottom three, and that's your E5. You only need those three notes. Then we're going to add this one, first finger on the fourth string down, which is the G string. Change that to G sharp, and then play the B and E, the two highest strings open, so that you have low E, high B, and E are all open, and then you have this other pattern, which I'll send you guys the chords, the chart. But hopefully that makes sense. And I often build things by my first finger first, but it just happens really quickly. I'll see mistakes. But that's our E major, and you play all the strings because they're included in the allowable notes of that chord. Now, if we take off this first finger and we just leave it 0, 2, 2, 0, 0, 0, and I'm going to keep talking like that because that's how we look at it in the chord book, chord chart. So now that is E minor, just one note difference. Major, happy, lower that one note. Now you have minor. It's like a sad kind of major, minor. The whole sound of the chord is changed by just that one note either being G sharp or G there. So, okay, so again, now for the song, we're going to go with the E minor. So it's just like that. And then we have D, which kind of looks like a triangle or an arrow, is the way I think of it. You don't play the low E string. You don't play the low A string. You start on the D, because that's allowable in this chord. Then you have your first finger on the second fret of the G string, making it an A. And then you have the ring finger on the third fret of the B string, the second to the highest. And then the middle finger goes kind of under it on the first fret of the E string. E, F, there's a G there. So it looks like this. 4 strings only, remember? You want to make sure that you're not playing the low ones, and you can even put your palm on them to get it to not ring. And that's your D. Then the C. C also I think of building. And you want to make sure for this version, for a full C, that you are not touching the high E string with this finger. You have to keep your hand open, so there's a tunnel in there where the high E string can still ring while you're pressing this first note on the next one. What we're doing, C chord. Sorry. And this chord, you're not going to play the low E string. You start it on the third fret on the A string, which is actually C. And it's very important for all of these chords, as you're doing them, not to rush them. So you can strum them, sure, but you want to go, something like, just make up a picking pattern, but you want to hear every note ring out. Because if you do this, you might not notice that you're messing up your high E string when that really needs to ring out. See, I don't even notice the difference much in the chord, but okay, so for this song called Keep on Rockin' in the Free World by Neil Young, maybe someone else wrote it before him, maybe, no, he wrote it. You have E minor, and you're going to do that. You really only need the E minor 5, so you don't have to play all the high strings, you just need the low 3. And you're also going to use this technique most of the way through called palm muting. So it goes 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2. Like that on the low E. And then at a different part in the song, it's a little cleaner, it's softer, it's more like. And then you're gonna go always to this D, C, E. That's like the softer part. I would play it with a different guitar tone, but this is how it goes. And you can even do it here, because this is your D5 power chord. So here's the last part of the lesson. We'll review the D, C, and E power chords. They're all the same. You're just starting this on a different root note. So this second string, the A string, right? We count up on that A sharp, B, C. So then if you did this, that's your C, 5 chord, go up, C, C sharp, D, 5th fret on the A string is a D, and apply those other 2 accompanying notes, and now you have a D5. Same thing, D, D sharp, E, 7th fret, so that'll be like probably your 3rd dots here. Mine has this weird thing on the 1st fret too. Most guitars don't have that. I really don't like it. To tell you the truth, I like to be more plain. I kind of hate these stupid shark things. But C, D, E. So this song could also be played. And then also it could go. Basically the same chords, but now you're getting a full D and a full C, which have the 3rd in it. Same with this E. This E now has another note that you weren't playing when you were doing the 5s. So that's E minor, D major, C major. And then when you do it this way, it's only E5, D5, C5. It's an abbreviated chord, like a power chord. And then the chorus, which we'll talk about another time, is G, D, rocking in the free world, G, D, C, and then you walk the C down to this E. Keep on in the streets. That's how the lyrics goes. I don't really know them, and I don't prefer to sing. I'm just trying to sound it out. And then I'm just putting my thumb actually over this, because in these chords you're not allowed to hit this, so I'm muting it actually with my thumb. I don't really recommend that until you have your chords down perfect. You know, if you can't do a good D and a C, then don't try to do this. But anyway, hope this was helpful. Again, it's just showing 3 of the most popular open chords and then 1 form, the A string 5 chords. And you could do the same exact thing on the low string, and then you open up more flexibility because you can go. I don't know what song that is. I just kind of wrote it. But thank you.